Austin Vanderford, this is Steve Jewin from MMA Mania. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing good, thank you.
It's a pleasure. I'm glad to get this chance to talk to you about this fight you've got coming up with Cody Jones. Let me get something out of the way because I'd be remiss to not. There are a lot of witty people in the comments section at MMA Mania, and they like to call you Mr. VanZant. I'm sure you've heard that before, but how do you feel about that nickname?
I'm not familiar with that nickname.
Oh, come now. I know you've heard it a few times.
Yeah, what do you want me to say, man? I can't tell these people, it is what it is, and I'm happy to be associated with my wife and all that. We married each other for a reason, and it is what it is, man.
Yeah, well, it's interesting, though, because some people like to write you up as the most hated man in mixed martial arts. Now, I think Connor has a little bit of a contentious spot for that, but you're up there somewhere.
I'm probably in the top 5 at least, right?
I think so. People are just jealous.
Yeah. You know what? It is what it is. Like I said, you can't take away my accomplishments up, to this point in my career. I'm undefeated. I'm a 2-time All-American, national champ in college, 2-time state champ in high school, and all that can speak for itself. And people can pass whatever judgment or say whatever they want to say. I can't go out here and convince someone not to call me Mr. VanZant. There's no point in fighting it. So, it is what it is, and fuck them if they want to.
Right. And speaking of those accomplishments, you want to fight on Tuesday Night Contenders Series, so I'm sure that shut a lot of haters up, but at the same time, I would have thought you'd have ended up in UFC after that.
Yeah, you know what? I did. I went out and I fought a little adversity and ended up getting the second round finished. And I didn't get the call to the UFC, but I'm a believer that everything happens for a reason, and now I'm on this great platform and fighting for Bellator, and I could not be happier. I'm so excited to start it off. It all will feel real next Friday once we go out there and I get my first fight in and all that. And I'm extremely thankful and grateful to be a part of Bellator.
Yeah, and you're getting to start out on the main card too. You're not having to work your way up from the preliminaries, so obviously Bellator believes in you.
Yeah, definitely. And a lot of that comes with just the opportunity. And we got this fight on 2.5 weeks notice, and that's just the benefit and a part of staying ready and being a professional, and having your weight in check and always ready for the opportunity, because you never know. And who knows, my debut, if it was further on down the road, maybe it wouldn't have been on the main card, but opportunity presented itself and I was ready, and we took it.
Well, take me through getting that call from Bellator. Who was it that reached out to you? Was it Rich Chow, Scott Coker? Who gave you the nod, and what did they say?
Yeah, so my management team, handles all that, and there was a couple guys, I think, that fell off the card due to injury, and my managers were like, hey, if we threw your name out there, would you be cool with that? And I was like, absolutely, man. I live in the gym, and I love fighting, and I'm addicted to the process and training and all that. So it was an easy choice for me. It was like, whoever they want to throw me, let's do this. I'm ready to get this thing going. So, that I'm not sure. I think they were talking with Mike Hogan and Rich Chow if I was going to throw some names out there. So, yeah. And like I said, I'm thankful for the opportunity, and I'm ready to go out there and make a statement and prove that this was the right choice.
Well, it's good you have a management team, too, because some fighters do that for themselves, and they have to split their time between getting booked for fights and being able to train for the fight, whereas you get to let the management team handle that and keep your focus on being ready.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've got a great group of coaches and managers and all that, and I'm very fortunate. I'm in a really great spot in my career.
Talk to us about that team too, because everybody knows about Paige, but let's hear about the rest of the crew that helps you get ready for a fight and keeps you undefeated to this point.
Yeah, we actually, we got a lot of tough guys. We got our head coach is in Australia right now, cornering our teammate Ricky Simone. Uncle Chael Sonnen is on the team. Ed Herman, Rick Story. We got a lot of guys, but we also have a lot of young, up and coming guys who are in the stable too. That people are going to start hearing their names as well. So we got a big team. We got a great team, and we got a lot of dedicated guys who are in there day in and day out, pushing each other and getting ready for, their opportunities and their big call.
I love hearing Ed Herman's name come up because he was one of the very first guys I interviewed when I started doing this. So how is Short Fuse these days?
Oh man, he's awesome. He's a coach and a teammate. I actually cornered him for his last fight, and he's been a gigantic part of my success and growing as an athlete and a mixed martial artist, and someone that I can look up to, and because there's no getting around it. He's been through it all, the ups and downs and all the crazy shit that goes along with all this. And so I feel like one thing that I've been really lucky to have is some great mentors in Ed Herman, Chael, and Rick Story, and some guys who have done it already and can tell me, and guys who have competed against the best in the world. And when I go in and train with them every day, and they're like, man, you can hang with anyone in the world. To hear that from them is such a confidence booster, and so it's been a really big part of my career and my success.
Hey, real quick, since you cornered him for that last fight, did you think he got robbed in the decision against Gian Vellante? Because I had it 2-1 for Herman, but 2 judges saw it the other way.
Oh yeah, that was a tough one for sure. Going into it, Ed, man, he executed the game plan. He stayed composed, and he picked his shots, and I thought he did enough for sure to win. But unfortunately, that's not how the judges saw it. I could have argued it, but that's the thing. You go out and fight for a reason. That's why they don't just name a winner. Out of 2 guys, you got to go out and fight. And unfortunately, they didn't see in Ed's hand that night. But he's ready to get back. He's healed up now. He's in the gym and ready to get going on a fight camp.
Well, we'll be looking forward to seeing his next fight then, but we're definitely looking forward to seeing your fight with Cody Jones. What do you make of him as an opponent coming in here for this fight?
For sure, he's got accomplishments in his own. We're both young in our fight careers right now, so there's not a ton to go off of as far as fights and films and all that stuff. And it's kind of cliche, but I'll say it myself. I'm going to go out and focus on me and what I can do to my opponent, and focus kind of on that game plan, because there's not a whole lot of good that's going to come from seeing a fight from a year ago and then another one from like 3 years ago. There's not a ton of film. We know he's 6'2". He's a brown belt in jiu-jitsu. He's finished, I think, 4 opponents in a row, and all that is what it is, and I feel like I match up well, and that I'm going to go out and execute.
That is a good record if he's finished 4 guys in a row, but you've won 6 fights in a row, so I'm going to give the nod to you just a little bit.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that, and I'm ready. I'm excited to go out and showcase my skills, and it just so happens that I'm fortunate enough for it to be on the main card of Bellator, and this is all that I've ever wanted in the sport, is to be able to be on the highest platform and to go out and showcase and take care of business.
Since you've got such a high percentage of finishing, you've 2 out of every 3 fights at this point being undefeated. What do you prefer? Do you like getting the knockouts better, or is it more fun to slip that arm under and get that rear naked choke?
No, it's you know what, a finish is a finish, and it always feels good to go out and knock somebody out, but at the end of the day, man, for me, it's about getting the finish, and I, you want to get the win and all that, but I'm a finisher, man. I like to go out and finish and fight early, and so that's what I'm gonna do, and whether it be a knockout, a TKO, or a submission, I'm pretty sure we're gonna see a finish on Friday night.
I think that's a safe bet. In fact, the last time you had a fight go the distance was 4 fights ago, Ben Fodor.
Yeah. Them Fodor, yeah, that was, I can't believe, that was 4 fights ago now.
Yeah, it's kind of weird too because he had that hot reputation for a while as the MMA superhero. Everybody thought he was the next big thing, and you kind of derailed that hype train.
Yeah, for sure. No, he was tough though, man. I beat on him for 5 rounds, and I will say he never gave up. So that was hats off to him for that, for sure. Man, like I said, I beat on him for 5 rounds, couldn't get him to quit. So definitely tough. I don't know that he's fought since, so hopefully we'll see him back in it fighting again. So.
Yeah, instead of fighting crime on the streets, maybe he can get back in and fight in the cage instead.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, Austin, I really appreciate the time today, and I want to give you this platform for anything that you want to say about Bellator, about this upcoming fight, about any sponsors you want to thank. I want to give you the floor for that.
Cool. Yeah, I'm thankful for Bellator and the opportunity, and I'm excited, and I hope everyone tunes in to Paramount Network on Friday, February 15th, and I think I'm the first fight on the main card. I got a ton of great sponsors, and they'll be on my shorts and on my banner, and I'm excited, man. I want to be honest, I want to be the 15th already, so let's get it going.
All right, one more thing before I let you go, Austin. It's Austin V170 MMA on Twitter, right?
Yep, Twitter and Instagram.
All right, everybody be following him on the social media platforms, but most of all, follow him in the Bellator cage for the first of what I hope are many fights to come. Austin, thank you for the time today.
Awesome. Thank you so much, man.
No problem, and thank you, Dan, as well.